Hi, this is Praios and I'm a professional gambler. Today we will go through a session played by JNandez. So thanks for this content. And we will use his tool to analyze what's going on. So this will be Pokertracker. There's also a web version of this tool. And I highly recommend that everyone who takes pot limit Omaha seriously gets one of these programs. PLO Trainer is this one. This is a web version. And there's also PLO Vision. That's like a different product from another guy. Both have pros and cons. The PLO Vision has more post-flop sims, but for pre-flop, the PLO Trainer is better. And yeah, definitely also, if you don't have it yet, use either Pokertracker or Holdem Manager, because without it you are leaving out so much information which are very beneficial and which you cannot get as a human. For example, you get a 3-bet stat, and this alone is so beneficial, and even more stats breakdown. So you basically can play more tables and don't have to pay that much attention. You can also analyze your opponents and your own play off the table. So even on sites like GG, it is beneficial to have the tracker, because you can look into your data after the session. We are not allowed to use it in-game, but afterwards. And yeah, there's also one other pretty big thing. The PLO 5-card trainer is now out, and yeah, feel free to get this as well. I mean, this game, people are playing a lot worse at the moment still. And yeah, if you want to get ahead of the competition and make a lot of money in PLO 5-card, I highly recommend to get this product. But yeah, without further ado, let's now jump into the video of JNandez. You can see he also has an insane amount of stats on his table, and he's also using, I don't know if it's Holdem Manager or Pokertracker. I think it's probably Holdem Manager, but yeah, these products are interchangeable basically, because yeah, it's the same company building this. Thanks. Let me do something first so that we can see JNandez a bit as well, and not only me. And yeah, let's get into.
Let's keep the ball rolling, guys. 500 PLO, battling some rags, producing some rake, battling it out. Question mark, question mark. Glad you're with me. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe in case you enjoy this content.
I wonder if he lost his contract with GG, or if it's not exclusive that he can play other sites as well.
It is for free, no?
Oh, that's a quite speculative call. Not sure if this one is correct, but we also cannot analyze this properly, as yeah, no min raises should ever happen. I mean, from the big blind, it's the no-brainer, and this probably is very close. I mean, the main issue is that the guy behind you can 3-bet. I don't know what his stats are, so I don't know which number represents what, but it seems like his opponent might be 3-betting 8.8 from all positions. So yeah, it's probably fine. Let's see what happens.
Pretty good deal, isn't it? You click the like button.
Yeah, no. Yeah, still checking. Could do the same.
Get free videos. Top table, top to left table.
Lol, he's actually good, and his opponent never bluffed at it.
Down, we win. Jesus, where are the recreational players? Jesus.
Also highly recommended to have a color coding system like he uses as well. This will help you to identify the special player type of people very fast. And yeah, also if you got a new PC, don't forget to export this file and get it to the new computer.
So blue is a recreational player, by the way. Green is not a recreational.
He's explaining his color coding system now. Yeah, against the small blind, you are supposed to defend a very wide range, and this is probably in it. Although the hand looks very weak, but we have position. And yeah, it's also cheap with the discount with the money already invested to get in there.
Player. Table 2 with defense. Table 3.
Yeah. 2 decent hands. Probably would continuation bet the bottom as well. I mean, the big blind's range is so wide. You need to protect against a lot of stuff. And on the top, this is a close one. Would mix between checking and betting. Probably slightly preferring to bet.
Betting flop on a very good texture for my range.
No, that's sick one. We are also quite deep. This is interesting. I wonder what he does. He also has like not. I mean, what is his opponent representing? Queen 10 could have a big draw as well. This is such an annoying spot.
Could raise on the flop.
Let's see what PLO Trainer thinks about this. Hope we have sims for 200 big blinds. Just a single raise pot, right? We have no sims for that. That's unfortunate. This working with 150 BB? Nope. So we have to stick to 100 BBs. Ace, King, Jack. Looks like we got to do it with this board. And yeah, let's first see if we should continuation bet. Probably. Because this is a very good board for his range. He got no spades. So let's give us... Did he has a backdoor flush draw? Also not. So let's make it hearts and clubs. Yeah, it's 50-50. You're supposed to check some. It's probably checking even more frequently when deep. So this might be not a spot where you want to bet. Anyways, we did bet and we get raised. What the fuck are we supposed to do now? I mean, I wouldn't blame him if he just folds right away. So he has clubs and hearts. And he's supposed to call. How much worse are the other options? It's not that big of a difference. And this deep? I mean, people can leverage stack sizes very well in this deep spots in position. Anyways, let's see what happens now. He folding right away or
See
calls?
that.
Yeah, he calls.
Call.
You know, he has to call again. And this is like the biggest blank he could have hoped for. Or is he actually going to fold now? By the way, we have no more sims for the PLO Trainer, so we cannot look into this spot any deeper from the solver perspective. Unfortunately, no PLO Vision. Yeah, I think after calling flop, he should now call turn again and reevaluate on the river. What happened here? Very good question, but he definitely has to call. No point in raising. Was a flop going check check? I don't remember. Let's find out. Okay, nee, but that's done. There's a flop action. Yeah, okay, then you check back. Okay, that's fine.
Get raised on the flop. Don't like to see that. Call.
This also definitely is a marginal open. Very hard to keep pace with all this action at the same time. I call both, I think. The way to go. Check. Call. On the river. Reverse. And let's see what happens.
Turn is kind of iffy.
He calls again. That's what I was wanting him to do as well. And river looks like he has to call again, unless the stats tell him otherwise. I mean, I don't know how his HUD works, so can't comment on that. But yeah, without any reads, I would probably call river again on the bottom left. And on the top right, I'm very happy to take the free showdown. Top left, I would fold.
River, large bet. For some reason, I feel like I want to call.
Yeah, I also would call. I mean, he can have 10-10. He can have queen-queen blockers. He could have some sort of hard draw that bricked. So yeah, definitely calling. I mean, if I get so far, I got to call. And he's also having sort of a polarized range. And he should have a lot of queen-queen and 10-10 in his range. But does not necessarily have the straight, as it's blind versus blind. And his range is very wide.
What do you guys think in the chat? Let me know. Let's
Bam! That's what I said.
fucking go. Let's go.
Take the free flop, top right, 3-bet the aces, fold the other one.
Has the queens. Thinks he can get me to fold.
And checking multi-way.
Nope. No dice. On table 1, we can do whatever we want. We can check, we can bet.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Check raising would be good play too, because this is not hitting our range well, but he might have something, and he might also decide to attack it if we show weakness. So I think checking is a decent play. Mixing in some slow plays and yeah, traps.
This player is pretty passive.
Okay, if the player is passive, I would bet.
So I'll go with the bet. Against an aggressive player, you can also
I think he can go smaller. It's no need to bet that big.
check raise table 1, obviously. Just print if you get a hand that is...
Let him peel with like a dominated flush draw and shit, so I would definitely go smaller.
bet folding to stab, that would be great.
Happy to take the free showdown if granted on the top right. Oh, this open raise seems like a tricky one. Let's see. Double suit I would definitely open. Single suit I'm not that sure. I need to hide it, right? Oh, the solver is also unsure, but it seems like the EV is 0 or slightly negative. Yeah, it seems like it's slightly going in the direction of a fold, but it's really on the edge, so yeah, probably still fine.
Table 2, we river a boat. And we will just fire pot.
Oh, he has had 2 pair on the turn, didn't saw that. Yeah, now he can fire for sure and hope to get called by a weak flush or something.
Might look like we're going to try and take it away. On table...
Ugh. I mean, he has the king blocker, the 8 blocker. It's fine to try to take it down.
3, blind on blind. Ace king 8-5, I mean, we could give up. We have no backdoor flush draw. Could do it, but an 8 and a king and an ace? I mean, a little bit too much to give up from my
Exactly
case.
my thought.
Okay, we get called.
Also good bet on the top right.
Turn.
He also got in hard. That's a tough one on the bottom left. Wouldn't blame him if he bets and bets many rivers too.
The turn would be 3 of spades. I wouldn't mind firing with the king of spades as a backup. Rivers is 7.
Reality, the 7 does not change that much. I mean, we could make some random straights with like 8-9, 8-jack, 8-10, and yeah, not. I think it's after checking turn, we want to give up. At least I would.
We have an 8 blocker.
I mean, he's not wrapping that much. After not betting turn. And he now has to bet like the weak straight. So yeah. I mean, it's not too bad. You should probably fire this occasionally. But yeah, I would check more often than that.
Is he gonna buy this or not? I'm not sure.
Okay, he snap folds.
Apparently it is.
He made the better read. Maybe he had stats
Apparently
that
he or
indicated
she
that
is buying
betting
it.
is very good. That was also an interesting one. I think he made a good fold on the bottom left. That's also an interesting one. I think this was also a good fold.
So what is this? This is not a good flop.
That's also a tough one. Top left. Probably checking. Folding, I think. Bottom table I would give up. He decides to call. We can evaluate who of us is right here. King 9, Jack, Jack. So we only want to call 3% of the time, and this probably not makes the cut. Ooh. Seems like it makes the cut. But again, it's a close one. But we need the king high suit. Jack high suit already is a clear fold. Let's go. Yeah, giving up on this flop on the top. Decided to bluff on the bottom. 6, 7, man. I mean, this is like one of the best cards you could catch. I guess after betting flop, you now want to continue.
Do you see a check call on table number 3? And on this turn with a wrap and a pair, I really don't want to get raised.
Okay, that's decent reasoning. But I think you probably will not get raised that often. Maybe King 10 might do it sometimes, but this would be risky. And let's see what he decides. I think checking back is also reasonable.
So I'm tempted to check back. And now we bluff. Now we are committed for a bluff. So he check calls the flop. Obviously, like aces in a straight draw, especially with like backdoor spades.
He could have made a flush. I mean, his line looks like a flush quite often, but yeah, I think you now got to bluff because, yeah, most things got there. And yeah, although I think I mean, it's close again, but yeah, bluffing with the bottom of your range and on a scare card can't be too bad.
Possible ace jack of spades, ace jack of spades, ace king. He can also have king king that slow played the flop, which the king of clubs that has no backup and whatnot. So
King is sort of unlikely. Most people will not play it this way.
on this river, quite hopeful that we can get some hands to fold here. Is this a single raise pot? I guess it is. Sir, you...
Yeah, the blind versus blind interaction. I wouldn't also blame him if he checks top right. This probably does not make the cut, the 4-8 deuce 7. So this is one of the few hands we want to fold. Blind versus blind.
Listen. Nice. Let it go.
Worked out on the bottom.
Let it go.
What? Okay, I think you don't even see it. It's... I mean, what is this? This flashlight in the bottom. This makes no sense at all. Why does he has it? This is like completely useless. Okay, but back to topic. Yeah, a lot of easy folds. Oh yeah, this is playable. Not much action happens before. Yeah, open race.
So look what tags we have here. Can't read it.
Okay, let's see what the tag means. New fish. What is a new fish? Nitty fish. Loose passive fish. Active fish. Oh, this is really hard to remember all these things. You should put in a picture of what these things mean, because nobody is able to remember that.
Aggro, rag, nitty, fish. Yeah, I didn't really.
This also looks like he has too many categories. I mean, I only have like fish, huge fish, semi-fish, and regular.
Attack a lot of these guys lately.
And yeah, some of the racks are also marked like semi-fish because they play bad in my eyes. So yeah, that's how I rate people.
Just have like all the racks green, but
yeah, another check, I guess.
But I will like change that down the road.
Just take the free showdown on the bottom.
Down so far on table 3.
Yeah, good fold
obviously
on the top.
Never folding river.
Yeah, I mean, after showing so much weakness, his hand, the opponent will attack a lot of stuff. So yeah, calling is fine.
So you bet, unfortunately, 10, 10, 8 deuce try. That's a disrespectful defend.
True.
That is a disrespectful defend pre.
And he got rewarded. Oasis.
Ah, Mr. Imba Jimba with the ISO. Obviously, we can flat also.
No, I wouldn't flat.
If we're out of position, like we could flat in this case, or if our hand would be slightly weaker, like ace, ace, deuce, 3, low suit, just flatting for sure.
Thinking probably a re-raise.
But not this. This is too strong. Also, Imba has a very...
Although is the window, the background, leading to another room? It looks like, but he has windows from room to room. This is strange. Okay, this was just a side note, nothing to do with the game.
Very balanced 4-betting range. Not sure if I should... I mean, it's not a big secret. Like, he's a very GTO-oriented player, so he will have a balanced 4-betting range, which means...
And this is also close open probably, but yeah, too lazy to look it up. And if it's wrong, it's only a slightly mistake.
We will sometimes see a 4-bet there with the hand that is non-aces, which means we're going to print with our aces. A little bit more often than against a player who is not quote-unquote bluff 4-betting. This guy's very, very tight. Make a 20. 20 straight against the limp.
I am always going for pot. I mean, this hand is also quite a risky one to isolate with. Flop is also like a bit iffy. Checking, betting, both seem fine.
So in this flop, you just see a turn.
Yeah, with the ace blocker as well, the kings. Well, let's look this up. I'm pretty unsure if this is supposed to be a 3-bet or not. I think with the ace blocker, most likely yes, but let's refresh our memory. Got ace, ace, king, 6, single suited. Okay, that's easy 3-bet it seems. But it's not that much better when flatting. But yeah, it's still decent amount I had. So what did he did here? I think he checked back. Yeah, no reason to bet now. Would continue checking.
Table 1, we obviously 3
bottom.
bets. Table 2.
Ooh, this might be a decent spot to bluff forward. Got decent blockers, and we might get king to fold.
Unfortunately, we have to fold this hand.
Let's look this up. Me, it looks. I mean, he has no money invested, so he's probably right. Was he on the button? I don't remember. Let's say he was on the button. Tuck. With the double suited version of his hand, he might. I mean, with the double suited version, he probably can 3-bet, but with the one he had, probably to lose. Oh, he's doing. With the double suited version, it's always a 4-bet. Yeah, but the one we had probably is too bad. What about this one? Too bad. What about the one where we don't block our own outs? Yeah, okay. I was just a bit too getting too excited. Opportunity, getting kings to fold. So yeah, this is he played it correct.
Table 3, we're trying to get closer and closer to showdown. Queen 3, deuce,
Lol, nice limp call.
deuce, rain. This is a loosey-goosey limp. A loosey-goosey limp there. It's a wide range. Probably not using PLO Trainer. PLOtrainer.app, guys. PLOtrainer.app if you want to improve your GTO game. Against inbound table 2,
A lot of action going on. The top he could do checking and betting. Both are fine. I mean, I don't want to get check raise, so I probably check back. And yeah, check calling with the bottom set. And yeah, his 3-bet is also fine.
3-bet on table 1. Should we c-bet or not? I would say generally yes. And
he's deciding to 3-bet. I was saying yeah, checking is fine, but yeah, continuation betting is good as well. But if he's a player who check raises a lot, I would definitely check back. Yeah, bottom left, definitely trying to see a free card, not betting. This is like one of the worst cards possible. And yeah, as the aggressor on an ace-high board, I always continuation bet, top right.
And table 2, we obviously want to c-bet. Table 4, I mean the board, at table 3 actually the board gets worse and worse and worse and worse.
Check down.
With our set, you win. Table, the king on table number 3.
Decent blocker and a lot of money left. Let's go, I would say.
Can certainly get like some ace jack to fold sometimes. With
even ace king on the river, maybe.
Do need some bluffs, but is this hand quote unquote too strong for it? It could be. You have non-diamonds, so
could bet again after picking up a flush draw. Top left.
So like barreling is not that bad. Should be double barrel by the way here. Not quite sure about that, to be honest. I think I'm gonna check back.
Yeah, it's definitely close. Now we got a value bet, or if we bet into us, we probably just call.
Seems a little bit tight, but I think actually this is kind of fine. And then ace, queen, queen, 5.
I personally would prefer bet on the turn, then bet the river as well if check 2 again.
I will also check this just because like Ace Queen Queen can be good on the turn sometimes, but also we pick up a good card on the river sometimes to win against hand like Ace 6, for example. Or Ace Jack.
What? Aces? What are you talking about? I mean, aces would have played differently pre-flop, so... And he's probably not good, but yeah, no point in betting river. On the top right, on the top left, I said he should value bet already. Bottom left, also tough one. Although it's not, action did not on him yet. Now it's a clear fold
now
on the
it feels
bottom.
like he has Ace Jack. Doesn't feel like we're winning, honestly. But yeah, it's good. Like this hand is never folding versus trip.
Yeah, not sure. Some people might fold Ace King. I mean, what does Ace King beat? Nothing.
Cool. And I would say here we will go for a bet. Table 1. Three on a big blind steep on table 3, which is call with ace 10 deuce range.
Yeah, good play. Hurts, but I think we have to call.
Check call flop, check turn. Like backdoor ace x of diamonds is very, very possible, and I don't really see a lot of blocker potential there when it comes to the pre-flop defending range. So actually, I do fold this.
Okay, wow. I mean, this is most likely not GTO if you fold the second nuts, if you get raised. And there are ways that he could get there with a ace diamond blocker to the river. And it's also not that JNandez is wrapping the nut flush very well, so... I mean, I don't know if maybe he picked something up from his stats, but this definitely is not very well balanced if he folds anything but the nuts.
Like it's gonna be a tough one for him to find bluffs if he goes outside the ace of diamonds there, which he needs to go because he will not have.
I mean, I get his reasoning, but yeah, this seems unbalanced, and if he does stuff like this on video, people might be able to exploit these tendencies.
Naked ace of diamonds almost ever. I will block bet on table 3. And we good. It's a tricky one, you know.
Easy open, bottom left.
By the way, if you wonder what the content in the PLO Mastermind is about, I'm basically reviewing session like that, but I'm running sims to basically every single hand and explain exactly how I sharpen my understanding.
So I'm basically a good replacement for the PLO Mastermind, is what he says. Yeah, but yeah, I also got referral links for PLO Mastermind and to run it once. These are great resources to learn from coaches like him. And yeah, also my YouTube channel, obviously.
Of the game based on the sims and just the ideas that I have about the meta in the game, like how people actually perceive the game. So what we're doing right here is this really scratching the absolute
check back top table.
Thinnest of surfaces when it comes to explaining the way I think about the game and teach it. So if you like this and you want to go deeper and take it to the next level, PLOmastermind.com. And
7, 8, 9. I mean, we have got nothing yet, but we have a lot of potential and we can get better hands to fold. I would bet turn for sure.
Obviously, we have 4 other excellent coaches at the top of their game that are sharing their knowledge as well. On table 2, should we delay? I would say it doesn't matter that much, but we will do it because we only have a pair of 5s at this point, and we do benefit from folds.
That's a tough one. Can we get caught by verse a lot? It depends on the player type, but yeah, I think standard should be to check back, although we made our hand.
And jack on table 3. I mean, we're going to run into kings a lot. And queens sometimes. We're going to bet.
I mean, he has a very small amount of showdown value, I think. But yeah, I mean, if you are bluffing and your opponent showed weakness all the time, it's never too bad.
Also bet the flush over here.
Okay, flush beats him and never folds as well. Oh, he actually tries to get some thin value. Maybe he knows more about the player than I do.
Here he has a flush over there. That's unlucky. Table 2, we are betting river with backdoor flush. Get called and we're good. Especially on the ace, it's nice because you will have some 2 pair.
Okay, he called with 2 pair and a bait blocker. I mean, it's reasonable. It's so much things bricked. All the straights didn't got there. And yeah, only 1 flush got there. So it's sort of decent. No, not decent. It's reasonable to call, as a lot of stuff missed. Yeah, so maybe I was wrong, and this is a good spot to value bet. Yeah, it would hurt so much if you got check raised. You probably need to fold.
Hands, ace 10, 5 deuce. Holy shit, he called a turn. He called a pot-sized turn, but with ace 10, 5 deuce.
Yeah, the turn call is terrible.
That's also a loosey-goosey call there. Some limpers and a raise. Ace queen 7, 8.
There's also some potential that the shorty might go for a check raise, but yeah, I mean, this is a tough one. I probably would call, especially if some of the guys are not great players.
I mean, we're not going to print with this hand for 20 more in the sandwich. So actually, given the disconnectivity of this,
Yeah, I mean, probably doesn't matter too much what you do.
And I'm going to fold. Especially given how we're out of position post-flop against 2 players. And then ace 10, 7, 4, defending in the big blind. This is a...
That's sort of the same situation. I mean, even worse. I would have folded on the bottom and called on the top.
A little bit of a loose open on table 1. But we came to...
I think the open is okay.
Play. Right?
Okay, on table 1, he means. I mean, on table... I guess he... Okay, I was talking about table 2. Table 1, I think it's so wrong to open this hand.
Came to play.
Unless there are weak players in the blinds. I think Strutz is a weak player, so that's probably whom he is targeting.
In table 3, it's kind of a hopeless spot. We are not going to bluff. Too much.
Yeah, 2 players. Opponents, yeah, I wouldn't bluff either.
Going on, like there are too many combos I can call, and we have poor equity. We are c-betting.
That's a decent spot. C-betting is fine, checking is fine, as long as you don't fold. But yeah, I probably would c-bet as well, most of the time.
Table 2, beautiful flop.
Another relative loosey-goosey open on the top left, but I think it's still fine. Although, let's check this one too. This seems to be on the edge. It's king, 4-3. Yeah, it's close. Okay, not that close, actually. I thought it's closer. Especially 3 and 4 are not the greatest cards. I mean, 4-5 is a lot better, I would say, than 3-4.
In case you're new to PLO, by the way, like the reason you don't bet small on the flop in those single raise pot situations almost ever is because there is a inherent necessity to build a pot because you cannot overbet and turn and river. So like
table 2, I think we want to check and call.
You need to start betting big and polarized earlier than in Holdem because you can't overbet. So you need to extract the value earlier in the hand because you need to build a pot. Turn, we can block the turn. I don't mind blocking the turn. The times my opponent has ace queen or queens, like we will get a cheaper river this way.
But it also sort of gives away the strength of your hand. You probably not do it that often with king jack. So that's also probably not GTO. And he's also not well balanced here, I guess.
Get a little bit of value from flush draws. And we also sometimes get called by ace jack, ace king. 4-4-3-3 at this stack size will just call. He actually folds the turn. That's interesting against this small bet. At 200 big blinds, even at 150 big blinds, I would 3-bet 4-4-3-3. But not at this stack size because it plays quite poor in a 4-bet pot scenario while unblocking the 4-betting range. And now on this
Yeah. Middle set. I would start with a bet if check 2. 9s and 6s. Oh. I would. Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, our hand plays very bad on table 2 if we check. Probably continuation bet and bet the set as well if check 2. The bottom.
extra, we can go half pot or 1/3. I will go with the third.
Why are we going with such a small sizing? I would have personally made a bigger bet. Not sure if this is a new strategy or GTO approved. Yeah, he bets table 2 as I also recommended. Sizing also is fine. I mean, it's a paired board. On these type of textures, you want to go small in general. These lockdown type boards where you either have it or not.
See what Imba comes up with. On table 2, we bet the flop, and I will actually bet the turn as well.
Yeah, I think it's fine. After betting small, can pull out the 9, like 10s, jacks, flush draws, straight draws. So yeah, betting is okay.
Small bet size on the ace. On the 9, we will barrel. Sir Houston check calls the flop. River.
Okay, would bet on the bottom, expecting to have the best hand almost always. Would bet on table. Would I bet on table 1? I think it's okay-ish to do so. Bet for free showdown. We could have the best hand, but we need a little bit of protection. And we also don't want to give away free cards. So I would bet table 1 and table 2. You bet so small, so his range is still sort of wide. I think I would still give up and might try to check raise if he bets because we block full houses heavily. This is also a line we might have took with like aces or a6 or something.
Queen on table 2, so he goes call, call. Interesting. Goes call, call.
I would not bluff. Queen could be good. Table 1. He also gave up as I said on the other one. Might have gotten this to fold, but yeah, I'm not sure about it.
Yeah, it's cool. Table 2, should we value bet or not with Queen Jack?
Lol, he wants to value bet. That's a bit thin, I say. I mean, what is he expecting to get called from? So yeah, that's a bit thin, I say.
It's a little bit thin against the small bet.
And turn bet would have probably won him the pot. And yeah, his opponent also had some outs against him. 9, 7. And yeah, he would lose a pot. So I think my strategy, at least against this specific hand, would have worked better. King, king, queen 3. It's an interesting one. I wonder if this is an open. Yes, you fold kings pre-flop sometimes in PLO. And this is a hand you would fold. Let's see if he gets this right.
RFI range.
Nope. Yeah, I wouldn't blame him for betting the pop flop as well, but the checking is fine. On the turn, I would check again.
Table 3, check all the way down.
Yeah, I think small value bet is good.
Block betting the river for 10.
This is also sort of transparent, but whatever. Ooh, that sucks that we do this so short, but with another call, I've got to call as well. I mean, it's actually close, but I would call.
Table 1, we get squeezed. Pretty big stack behind with the call. This could be nice. Like if we flop a big hand, small blind will jam, and then this guy might like commit the whole stack with like one.
So he's finding excuses to call. But I would call as well.
Pair holding when we flop a set. I mean, that's obviously the dream scenario, but it happens sometimes. Not this time. No set, no bet. And also no call. All in, huh? Fold.
Oh, that's a good spot.
Ace, ace, king 4. This is like when you face a 3-bet in this spot, you want to call quite a few aces, especially against players who know how to fold against 4-bets, which this guy is one of. But the aces you're going to call are not.
I wouldn't call many aces in this situation. I also can't imagine if this is correct, but we will find out. I think this should be 4-bet almost always, right? I mean, let's see. How many aces are slow playing here? I mean, I personally would probably slow play not any of it, but yeah, I mean, what is he talking about? 11%, and even it should slow play, and yeah, so it's not that many. So, but you should slow play some of the very strong ones, but this might just be a mistake in the calculation. Yeah, although, why is such a huge hand getting slow played? And yeah, some of the bad ones get slow played too. They're very disconnected with one suit. Interestingly, it looks like no rainbow ones get slow played. Although there's one. Okay, there are some rainbow ones. This was actually bullshit what I said. Yeah. Okay, so takeaway is don't always 4-bet, at least due to GTO. And yeah, he also made a good point that he said that this guy is never folding to 4-bets, although he should. I mean, is this better for us or worse? I mean, the kind of hands he should be folding would be bad. I mean, it's good for us that he's calling with like ace. What is this? What hands would this be? Like ace, king, something, something. It's very good for our hand. So we should be very happy that he's never folding. Because he's never folding, I would always forward. I hope this was correct.
Holding a king. Because the times you flat, you're trying to basically trap kings. And
Damn! Got a gut shot as well. So ship it in.
when you hold a king already, it's more likely as a hand like a jack 10, 9, 8, 7. I mean, those are 5 cards, obviously, but in that range of cards, and you're trying to charge the max against those combos. Pot in the flop, given stack to pot ratio, like a smaller bet size is not reasonable. At least not as your primary bet size. And I will check back on table 3. Turn brings in the flush. And I like to go for a quarter here.
Yeah, not too bad. So like a free showdown type bet or something. Milking hands like a 5 or maybe a straight. Not that many weaker flushes out there, I guess.
Sort of challenge the overpairs because they also have equity with the boat outs. Ace, king, queen, 9. This guy's very, very tight so far, so we just call.
Oh, that seems a bit loose. Let's see. Oh, this guy raises. Yeah, okay, there's another guy in. So this guy raises. This guy calls. And we have queen, queen, 4-8. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a fold. Queen, queen, 4-8. Suited. It's not, but it's close. But we need to have the queen high flush draw or potential flush draw, otherwise it's a fold. Okay.
Pot size bet on the flop, so we will just call.
These kings are also quite weak. One knife he goes to defend, or not defend, but to call there probably.
Also your turn. Brings in the club.
Yeah, I would call as well. Oh, that's a very bad situation. And the re-raiser is also a shorty. Good check on table 2 and expect him to check again. No, yeah, I think we don't want to turn our hand into a bluff. And our opponent might also be check calling with hands that beat us. Actually, a lot of them are in this range.
It's gonna have a lot of like ace 10, ace 8.
Okay, now our decision is very easy. But our decision would have been very hard if... Let's first figure out... Let's first figure out against one dude if we should call the kings. I guess the answer is yes. Okay. Holding some. We have one suit. So with one suit, we want to call, but it has to be the king high suit. So that was what we also expected. Is it getting better or worse with another guy in. Probably about the same, I guess. But we will know in a second. Okay, still the same situation. We want to call when we have the king eye suit. Okay. Let's say both guys call, and we probably are supposed to call it as well, right? Oh, actually, this seems to be quite close. Okay, we are supposed to fold even if both guys are in there. Although, what's that? That's bullshit. Yeah. We're supposed to fold. What happens if, like, one guy folds, the other stays in? We also cannot adjust for the stack size as we are. Okay, we actually should have folded if this if 3-bet happens. That's a bit surprising. I didn't expect that necessarily, especially as we would get a very, very good price. I basically never folded this in my entire life.
But the thing is, sometimes he's gonna have a busted straight draw and we still win. So I'm actually gonna check. It's kind of close though. I basically think that he's never trapping, but at the same time, almost never trapping, but at the same time, he's not necessarily folding a hand like the one that he had there. Especially this hand that is unblocking all the straight draws and blocking some of the flushes. Probably gonna call the river. I'm not really sure if he thinks that deep about the game. I just don't know the player, but I think a lot of players will end up calling there.
Should we bluff on the top left? I mean, when people check it behind a board like this, they often want to give up, so I wouldn't blame him if he bets. And he also picked up additional equity. So yeah, I would bet.
On table 1, check on the flop. We do have some...
This open also looks quite loosey-goosey, like he likes to say.
Some potential here. I don't like check call and turn at all, so I'm just going to bet myself, trying to take this one down. And it works. Let's find one more interesting hand for this raw footage. If you guys like the content, subscribe, like, check out the PLO Mastermind. We also released just the
Yo, I also got these links below, and then some more for like tracking software. And yeah, also the product of his competition, the Run It Once. This is a site from Phil Galfa, and also highly recommended.
Recently, the 5-card PLO Mastermind. If you guys are into 5 cards, then check.
Yeah, I already said that in the beginning too.
Check out the 5-card PLO.
I think there's a lot of edge to be gained in 5-card, as the solver just got out there, and a lot of fish enjoy playing the 5-card variant. So it's definitely worth investing your time and money into this.
Mastermind, including a GTO trainer with GTO solutions for 5-card PLO. You can learn more.
Check the bottom set, I say.
More about that on PLOmastermind.com/5-card PLO, or just head over to PLOmastermind.com. You will find banners and links there. Table 2, we bet small on a setting turn. And I'm going to go for a small bet on table 3 as well. Flop.
Yeah, I like it.
Trips on 6 deuce deuce. fold.
It's very hard for your opponent to have anything else than a deuce there, I think. Because I think flop was 3-way, so he should be quite tight. Could also have 6-6 and be trapping. Yeah. But yeah, you got to bet the turn as well, I think, with the top kicker. And it would suck very, very hard if you get erased. Betting the flop. Blind versus blind with the weak flush draw and the backdoor straight potential. This on table 1 is also a tough one if this gets folded to us, because I'm not sure if this is an open, probably not.
Table 2, we check. Place a bet.
I would not have checked, but this, how huge is this? Yeah. Tough spot, but we're getting quite a good price. I think we have to peel. And that's a good card. Check call again.
Turn 2 flush draws now. Stack to pot ratio is still about 10. I mean, we could check raise. But because there's
not a fan of check raising, especially not against this size.
So many draws possible, I don't think he will fold even like Jack 3 in the spot. So like, what's the point really? And there are certainly draws that dominate my hand quite heavily. Almost leading out in table 1. So we just call and cry on the river.
I think it's just an easy give up on the river now.
Get happy we didn't put in the money. Table 1, we lead top pair and a wrap. Pretty obvious spot. 4 on the turn against 2 recreationals. That's a heavy one as far as like representing a hand here goes, but we will still go with a bet. Take it from there on table 1. The fact that
yeah, that's a sick one, but yeah, betting again against 2 recreationals can't be too bad. They also peel too light and might get rid of their draw and draw plus pair type hands.
We're playing against 2 players, it might let
I mean, it sucks a bit, but it's not just one opponent, but 2.
them play tighter or not, I'm not sure. We'll see. But in general, recreational players, they don't like paired boards. They're like, oh my god, the board is paired. I gotta be careful, gotta fold all my stuff. Not this guy. This guy calls. We river straight. Pot size bet left. We also block 6-4.
I think he has to value bet blocking the full house, and yeah, I will put his opponent on a 4, which he might not get rid of.
This is tricky now. I make a small bet on table 3. So
I'll put out like a blocking type bet.
I mean, you can have 4x, you can have overpairs and spades and call down potentially. I don't think this will really happen. I don't like check calling. Do I like betting 100, 125? What do I like doing here? So 10-5 shouldn't be much in that range pre 10-4. I could have 4-5. 4-5 is definitely something that is possible. But I think 4x is a possibility.
He wants to jam for the...
I'm not sure. Like, this guy's in the big blind. He's not the guy with the overpairs. I will check.
I think checking is not good.
Okay, maybe we... So...
yeah, oh, yeah, also at the straight. I think he probably gets called. I mean, he could... I mean, with a small bet, his opponent probably talks himself into a call.
Oh my fucking god, I didn't... what was the pre-flop action? At first I thought he was the aggressor, so that's why I wanted to shove, and he would definitely call ace 7-3. Oh man, what was the action pre? Let me just revisit this. So I call.
I'm not sure if he definitely would call, but good chance that he calls.
Yeah, he
also depends on the sizing, I guess.
Is the aggressor, but it was such an unusual line that I didn't realize what's up. Knowing this, obviously shoving river, punting away potentially $460. Well, that's it, guys. Another
I told him, yeah. I think that's the end of the video. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my commentary and yeah, this session review. If that's the case, like, subscribe, share. Depending on the platform you are watching this, consider to also join me on the other platforms. I got Twitch, YouTube, and what is the other one? Twitter. Yeah. Anyways, bye-bye. Good luck at the tables.